you're going to experience something you've never experienced before, specifically when it comes to the 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, and 17th of June 2022. This is such an important stage of your life. I cannot stress enough how important this stage actually is, my gorgeous Leo, indeed, because that in itself is going to make you aware, and it's going to make you realize, it's going to help you to rediscover the actual lost part of yourself. This lost part of yourself that you are about to rediscover was indeed the missing part, which is going to provide a missing link in your life. Within the next couple of days after that moment in time, you are going to be able to connect the certain dots, and what these dots are going to make you aware of is going to be very interesting indeed, and especially when it comes to the last 7 days of June 2022. This is when the remarkable opportunity is about to be presented to you, and this remarkable opportunity, it's going to surprise you because it's going to happen, it's going to come, it's going to manifest completely out of the blue, and you're going to be left with absolutely no left, right, backwards or forwards. You're going to be left with absolutely no other choice but to take it on, because you will know that at this moment in time, this is the very right thing to do. My name is Sasha Bonasin, and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Leo, and it's for June 2022. So this monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Leone, and it's for June 2022. This month is just like a pretty much so a lot about the very important lesson that you are going to learn, but at the same time, when it comes to the actual numerology, your number is 107. This is a very powerful number, and it means that on one hand, you are going to have a very, very successful compromise, okay? So it's time to talk, time to open your mouth, you know, it's time to like kind of communicate, it's time to like really express yourself, and especially if you do want to have an important negotiation, this is your sign that your negotiation is going to be very, very successful. And then on another hand, what this number means in numerology, that you are going to have the opportunity which is going to happen out of the blue, which is completely going to surprise you. And the opportunity that I'm talking about is going to be completely evident from the 10th of June 2022, because you will be facing the situation, you will be seeing something, and what you're gonna see, it's not gonna be connected to your life whatsoever, but it's just really good. You're gonna double up on like certain things that you wanted to do, you know, this is gonna be very, very strong confirmation, and then you will realize that you're approaching the end of the very, very long problem that was slowing you down so much, and it was messing your life in a sense of like a kind of like a planning, because you kind of felt stuck for a little while. So this is the time when you're just going to kind of release this energy and elevate your spirit, elevate your soul. And once that happened, there's so many other things that you're going to become aware of, and they're going to become very delicious part of your life, and they're always there, but it just wasn't the right time for you to notice this, because you know things like this happen when they're meant to happen, and you will see exactly what I mean, because this is to do with your lotus moment. You know, you've been through the mud, you've been through the muddy water, and now it's for you to come, time for you to come on top. You have learned a very valuable lesson, but at the same time, you know, it's all about this unexpected event which is going to occur. At the same time, my gorgeous Leones, you know, this is going to be very rewarding months for you, because you know, it's just about you're finally going to become a recognized. You need to understand the importance of this, my gorgeous Leones. You're finally going to be recognized. Your hard work is finally going to start paying off. I'm not saying it wasn't paying off before, but this is going to jump on the level 2577, you know, opposed to jumping on the next level, next stage. This is going to be a really big jump. So it is indeed important. So that also means that it's a remarkable month, important month to prove your point. Your energy will be strong. And your energy is going to stay strong in itself throughout June, July, and until the end of August 2022. So that means that also, if you're looking for work, it's time to throw yourself into all sorts of opportunities. If you're like kind of looking to show yourself, to prove your point, to be noticed, this is also the time when you just need to really understand that you are going to make so much more out of it that you would normally gain out of it. So this is why this is so important, because it's all about your capability. It's all about you finding this really rewarding. By the same time, this is going to lead towards a really great admiration from other people who mean to you so much, who mean to you the most. So this is really going to cover up so many other things in your life as well. It's the, you know, I like it so much because, you know, also, you know, especially at around the 11th of June, you're going to have this very strong sense that you're finally having control over your life. I'm not saying that you didn't have a control over your life, but you will see what I mean here. So it's all about having this strength that you're having control over your life, and that is going to give you so much courage and very, very positive energy when it comes to your own determination and when it comes to your own confidence. This is going to be absolutely brilliant. And then there is going to be little doubt and suspicion that you're going to have at around the 15th of June, and this doubt and the suspicions that you had, you know, it's going to be confirmed to you. And this doubt and suspicion, it's nothing to do with your life, personal life, but it's to do with things that you're going to become aware of on the maybe outside, nothing to do with you. This is really deep, and it's something that you're aware of, and something that you were suspicious about, and something that kind of slowed you down a little bit because you didn't want to go towards a certain direction because it seemed too dark. And you're absolutely right, it is too dark. It was way too low in energy. So you are going to get this doubt and suspicion that you had really confirmed. You're going to realize here like how psychic you are, and how highly intuitive you are, and the importance of following your own candle, following your own light. Do not ever give your power away. Don't ever do something that you know it's maybe not right, but someone is asking you to do this, but you know it doesn't make sense, it's not right. Why would you be doing this? This is what I mean when I say don't ever give your power away. This is going to be very strong confirmation here, and it's most certainly going to be super evident when it comes to the 22nd, 23rd and 24th of June, where an important change is about to start, but that change is going to require an alteration from you to make. That alteration at the same time, it's going to become the time when you're going to release yourself from the negativity, sadness, bondage, because it's all about the beginning of understanding on a much higher level, because you're reaching towards enlightenment, but at the same time you're opening yourself up spiritually, which means that on another hand, this is also going to be followed by a very, very interesting plan that is going to be presented to you. Someone who is very important to you, someone who means to you so much, like a family member or great friend. It's going to tell you the certain plan after a few days, and it's going to really surprise you, like, oh my God, this is like so brilliant. This is just exactly what I should do. Yeah, that's right, you know. So this is the importance, yet again, of people who are most certainly meant to be in our lives. We learn from them so much, but they learn from us as well, because this is the way the spirituality is, and the spiritual plane that we are all currently at, that we are sharing at this moment in time. It is important to be kind of aware of this. And also, you know what I really like, my gorgeous Leonis, I like this so much that at around the 21st of June, fantastic good news, like, oh my God, at around the 21st of June 2022, it's like a brilliant news you're gonna have here, and this is to do with your finances, financial situation. It's gonna become more solid. It's to do with your financial gain. It's to do with an advancement in your life. You know, it's something that you were waiting for and waiting for and waiting for, but it's gonna be so much more powerful than you could have possibly imagined. You will achieve so much more out of it, because, you know, on one hand, it's about about you recognizing very special abilities about yourself that you need to take on the next level, baby. But then again, it's all about the ideas that are also going to come out of it. It's brilliant. And even more so within the last week of June, it's all about the actual exactly being aware of which part of your life do you need to put the most of your precious energy in. Try to kind of avoid and ignore things that are maybe draining your energy and falsely require the huge amount of energy. You must like kind of see what this is, identify exact part of your life that makes you feel happy, that makes you feel good, that makes you feel passionate. You know, your passion is your power is your passion. So this is something that you need to kind of have your eyes and energy open towards, because you will achieve something really, really great as long as you stay on this path, as long as you stay true to yourself, my gorgeous Leonis, indeed. So you will know exactly, because somebody who's rather consistent in your life, very consistent, very genuine, a very beautiful person, is going to be connected to this kind of like a really what you're going to hear, you know, about this like investment, you know, it's someone very dear to you, someone rather consistent. So you will see it's going to feel different, you know, when you hear this. So you will know that on one hand you're reaching a really full circle in your life. So wherever there is an ending, there is also, my gorgeous Leonis, new beginning as well. And also, you know, it's just all about you being very much so by the end of the week, within the last week of June, you are going to be facing the situation where you kind of like going to think how you're going to proceed, Just remember this. And this is to do with you being as practical as possible how you're going to proceed. This is very important to remember, to have a sensible approach, okay? And also, you know, like within the last week of June especially, you know, time spent in a peaceful meditation, it's going to really be an important time of your own self-discovery. So whether you're going to do like a bit of like meditation, whether you're going to do and reconnect with the nature, because when it comes to the actual nutrition and health that I normally talk about, and that particular balance, I strongly recommend you, most certainly, my gorgeous Leonis, again, to try to reconnect with the nature. Sometimes, you know, people lose themselves. We lose ourselves because we forget the importance of the actual energy and the vibration that we get in nature. You know, forget about our phones, forget about the laptops, forget about this, forget about that. You know, this is all great, yeah, but at the end of the day, we are very much so a strong and imminent part of the actual nature. So therefore, we get and gain things through nature that we can't get and gain anywhere else. So this is so important for your own balance. And when I mentioned to you like about it's the time of the self-discovery, but it's also going to come a lot from you like kind of being in that state of mind, you know, being aware of your own subconsciousness, which you can only like kind of like achieve through certain channels within your psychic vibration. So this in itself, one of the channels that you can actually reach this enlightenment and which is going to be followed by amazing realization, it is going to be if you can possibly again go to reconnect yourself with the nature. Just sit on the ground, feel the vibration, feel its power, hug the tree, my gorgeous Leone. This is going to help you ground yourself just by placing your hands on the ground. Close your gorgeous eyes and just feel the earth, feel the vibration, feel the earth below, underneath your hands, feel the earth below your feet, you know, just feel that vibration and feel yourself with this as much as you can. Also sit, just like spending the time in the nature for like about 20 minutes to 30 minutes is going to be enough. And also try to kind of sit by the water if you're lucky enough to live by the water, like a river, very spiritual, very powerful. The actual the sea, you know, the river, the sea, the lake, you know, like just sitting by the water, if you're lucky enough to live somewhere near the water, you know, this is also going to have a wonderful impact on you. And why am I telling you this? Because it's going to help you with your own energy, with your own vibration, but it's also going to help you to clear the blockages. And I'm telling you that nothing in this world can do that on such a high level like the actual reconnection with the nature. You need to reconnect with the nature nature immediately. Maybe you are in the nature all the time, and that's absolutely brilliant. But my point is that when you go to reconnect with the nature, this is not only going to clear the blockages, but like about 2 or 3 hours later, you know, my God, this is a very much so an important part of your spiritual self-discovery, because something is going to come to you out of the blue, an idea, and it's going to be mind-blowing. But the missing link to that is to go to visit the forest, you know. And the good days, you can do this through any kind of any day in June, but the really brilliant days would be the 7th of June, very strong day, the 17th of June, very strong day, and the 27th of June, very strong day. Like, these 3 days are big mamas. These 3 days are big mamas. If you do choose to go to spend some time in the nature, and you will see there is so much that was missing in your life that is going to come to you. What you were worrying about, you're going to realize, why did I worry about this? Like, can you remind me why? You know, what is insignificant is going to drift away slowly, and there are other things that are going to come to you, and it's all coming from you clearing that blockage, my gorgeous Leonis. So this is what I really want you to do. This is what I really want you to remember. And also, don't forget to drink organic dandelion tea, because it's so important in this moment in time to flush out the toxins as much as we can out of our gorgeous bodies. So try to drink as much as you can organic dandelion tea, and absolutely at no cost. Please don't put sugar, whether it's brown sugar, white sugar, green sugar, pink sugar, it doesn't matter. Sugar is really bad. So either without sugar, or to put a little bit of organic honey, or if you are vegan maybe, so you don't want honey, so you can put organic maple syrup, for example. So these are the things that you can basically kind of like a really, you know, use instead of the actual sugar. Very important indeed, and it's going to be so much better for you. So now, my gorgeous Leonis, I'm going to see what is going to be the very first date that I would like you to pay attention to. But before I go there, one of the most powerful crystals, I know I'm keep on saying this, but there's so many special little babies that I'm getting lately. Look at that. One of the most powerful crystals. What is this? Nellit. Why is this one of the most powerful crystals? I will tell you. Look at this. It looks like a tiger's eye. It's not a tiger's eye, but it is a natural combination of the actual tiger's eye and another crystal, which are making and forming something completely unique, something so powerful, something so mind-blowing. Why? I will tell you why. What is the most powerful part of our body? Let me guess, have a guess. What is the most powerful part of our body? Pineal gland. You see, lots of people don't know this. Lots of people do know this. Lots of people don't know this. But when it comes to pineal gland, we need to work a little bit further. We need to work a little bit extra in order to unblock it, because there are lots of other things that are affecting us, believe me or not, that are on purpose affecting our pineal gland. But this is the different subject, and I don't want to go into it, because it's like, oh my God, this reading is going to last 3 hours then. Sorry, Leonie, I'm sure you don't want that. But basically, yes, so it's the pineal gland is like probably the most powerful part of our body, because pineal gland is a ridiculously powerful and a ridiculously unique, and by unlocking our pineal gland, we understand things that we never understood before. We sense things that we never sensed before. We feel things we never felt before. You understand things from such a high level, from such a high dimension. You start seeing the parts of the picture, the parts of the world that you've never seen and never understood before, and it's all coming to you now. You realize that we are part of much bigger picture, and much bigger picture. You feel it, you know it, you sense it. It helps you to remind yourself who you are and where do you come from, and who you are and where do you come from. It's a very deep subject. It's a very complex subject, and people haven't been told the truth, you know, and things like that. So this is amazing, Nellit. It has got the ability to start unblocking your pineal gland. Yeah, to start unblocking your pineal gland. There are many different ways you can do this, but when it comes to the crystals, then Nellit is the one. Not only this unlocks your pineal gland, but it's at the same time, you know, It's fantastic to protect against negative energy. It's fantastic to protect also against an evil eye. You know, sometimes people can give us an evil eye without maybe having that particular intention, you know, because they're very negative, the huge amount of negativities. It depends what's going on in their lives, you know. Type of the little energy vampires, you know. So the best way to protect yourself is to have a nail it, but at the same time, it helps you to accept who you are, and this is also important. It helps you to remain in your truth and reality, but it also it helps you so much, you know, to of course obviously connect to your third eye. This nail it comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well, so thank you very much, my gorgeous Leonie. I have to say that. So the first important date, it's going to be on the very first of June, and I really like it. You see this, pam pam pam, the very 1st of June. It's going to be a first important day, and this is because you're going to be able to benefit from this vibration of the actual month of June from the very start. It's all about the inspiration that you're going to wake up with, and you're not going to be able to understand where this inspiration is coming from, but it's going to feel good, baby. It's going to feel brilliant. Even Kitty said, yeah, it's going to feel brilliant. No, it's fantastic. And also on another hand, you are gonna become aware of the very, very important opportunity that is about to arise. You will become aware in the very most weird and strange and bizarre way, in the most of the strangest of bizarre ways. You're gonna become aware of the actual opportunity that is about to arise. These are the beginning stages only, but you will know this opportunity is to do with your own advancement. You will find this almost immediately attractive, but then at the same time, you're gonna need to come up with a certain plan, because there is something rather challenging that you are going to really come across. On another hand, that in itself is going to create a little bit of an obstacle in between the 1st and the actual 8th of June. It's all about the little obstacle that you're going to come across, but the answer to that obstacle is, what you're going to find quite challenging, is just basically you're gonna realize that you have this ability to learn something really quickly. This is what you need to remember. You're gonna come to terms with the fact that you have got this wonderful, powerful ability to learn something really quickly. So don't let something put you off. Oh, I don't want to do this because I don't know. Oh, I don't want to do this because I don't know. No, baby, no. If you don't jump in the water, you will never learn how to swim. This is to do with a change. This is to do with a new stage. This is to do with a new period. This is to do with a new start. This is to do with new inspiration. But it's also to do with an advancement of your life at the time when you need it the most. You know, the process of change is going to start right after the 8th of June 2022, and this is going to bring you satisfaction. It is going to bring you accomplishment. It's going to bring you very kind of a happy energy into your life, and it's going to bring you a pleasure in daily existence. You're about to rediscover your happiness. You're about to rediscover yourself, my gorgeous Leonis. You're going to be rewarded for this a big time. Just remember this, no matter what. Okay, so the second crystal I wanted to recommend you, it's another stunner. I mean, how beautiful this is. Look, it's see-through. Look, my third psychic eye, my third psychic eye, my third psychic eye. Look, this is absolutely gorgeous. Look how beautiful this is. See-through, really striky. This is one of the most strikiest pendants also that I've had. Look at this. And this is also a natural combination of tourmalated quartz. So it's obviously clear quartz, and it's got pieces of a black tourmaline. It's natural, you see, natural. They're natural pieces of the black tourmaline. You see what a mind-blowing combination. Not only this is so powerful and so strong, my third psychic eye, my third psychic eye. Not only this is such powerful and strong, you know, when it comes to, you know, on one hand, clear quartz opens you up beautifully and spiritually, but sometimes when we open ourselves up, we can become a little bit sensitive to other things and to other entities and to other that comes from the other dimension, you know. So you open yourself up, so your energy gets drained pretty quickly sometimes, and this is what quartz does. I'm not saying that quartz does that, but I'm saying when we open ourselves spiritually. So when it comes to black tourmaline, it just brings you down almost immediately. It's brilliant because you open yourself up spiritually, but at the same time you're absolutely protected like a big mama, because black tourmaline is just basically you know, it's creating this combination of probably one of the best crystals that you can protect yourself with, that you can ground yourself with, you know, and at the same time you know, it's just, it helps you to eliminate, you know, destructive patterns as well. And this is something that's really important. And what I like, it's like it looks like a glass, you know, it's so powerful, but on another hand, it's probably one of the strongest crystals there is, because thousands of years ago they used to use a thermalized quartz in order to make the tools, in order to make little weapons or little tools, you know, whatever, you know, like back in the day, like thousands of years ago. So basically this is so strong that it has the ability to cut through so many other, like through the glass, or through so many other things, you know. So this is so powerful and strong, not only like when it comes to protection, but when it comes to being powerful in itself. Absolutely superb. This gorgeous pendant comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well, I have to say that. So thank you very much, my gorgeous Leonis. So the second important date, this is so going to fall down. So sorry. The second important date is going to be on the 19th of June, you know. It's like you're going to find yourself like really big time, quite indecisive here, but you don't let this indecisiveness to steal your vibration. Don't let that indecisiveness to affect you in such a way where you're going to kind of like, oh my God, ignore the actual opportunities that are going to be highlighted from you in between the 19th and the 27th of June. In between the 19th and the 27th of June, they're going to be some opportunities that are going to be highlighted to you, but you must not let this indecisive feeling and emotions to actually take the better of you. So you must not ignore these opportunities. Remember this, because this indecisiveness, it's also going to make you aware of the actual an unknown kind of danger. You're going to become active, you're going to become awake, not active, but you're going to become awake on an unknown danger that is ahead of you. And the answer to unknown danger is to follow your passion, live your life the way you want to live your life, and you're not going to get wrong. Stay centered, okay? Stay grounded, keep focused, and keep going, because this is the time for your energy, for your devotion, and this is the time when you realize in between the 19th and the 22nd of June exactly like which specific goal do you need to put more towards, and even more so, this is also going to give you a really interesting idea how to deal with a certain hidden enemy without letting them know. You're going to need to come up with the plan how to remove yourself from this hidden enemy without letting them know, without making them aware that you know. Okay, so your job is spiritual job, just to remove yourself with a smile on your face. Okay, yeah, I'll see you later, yeah, and you don't see them again, you know, type of thing. So try to do that like kind of like a secretly, because otherwise it's going to create an obstacle, and then it's only going to slow you down, because you're going to kind of start manifesting the feelings and emotions that are only going to be unnecessary at this moment in time. The last date, my gorgeous Leonie, is going to be on the 30th of June. Now the 30th of June, there is going to be a pretty much so, you know, you need to pay attention to this, because it's about you dealing with someone and having a little bit of conflict of interests, okay? And that is going to really kind of help you to understand that this particular person is kind of dominating your life in a very negative way. And that in itself is going to open your eyes, and it's going to make you aware that, you know what, now it's actually that you are in self-denial when it comes to you, and in self-denial in particular when it comes to that idea that I said on the 19th. Just remember, between the 19th and the 22nd of June, you're going to have the idea. So this is on the 30th of June, it's going to work so brilliantly, because that domination and that like kind of conflict of interest with you and someone else, it's going to be superb here, because it's going to really make you aware that you have been in self-denial about this. You knew about this, but then again you have been waiting for the specific moment, and then suddenly you're going to become very active and determined on the very last day of June when it comes to being active, determined, when it comes to what you are experienced at, when it comes to what you are like kind of like what you feel really kind of passionate about. It's all about that idea again. So the first of all, in between 19th and 22nd, and that idea, it's going to be highlighted so much by the end of the day on June the 30th. You know, this is brilliant, because you're going to find this very rewarding, and this is going to mean to you so much, because it's going to be an absolutely superb way to actually come out of the stagnation and start living your life the way you want to live your life again. You will see how powerful you become as soon as you set your mind to it, and as soon as you start thinking about it in a specific way and giving credit to yourself, the more powerful you're actually going to become. And also on the very last day of June, there is going to be the moment of justice that you are going to become aware of. This is going to mean to you so much, my gorgeous Leone, because you're going to be able to chill out and relax now. The moment of justice is coming to an end, but this is going to work for you in your favor, and you're going to find this really rewarding. This is going to be rather self-satisfaction that is going to come out of it, and it's going to be like, oh, thank God, it's the end, you know. But at the same time, what you're going to get out of it is going to be also like a pretty much so invaluable, life-changing advice. Okay. So now, my gorgeous Leonis, I'm just going to see briefly what is going to happen in the first part of June, mid-June, and the last part of June. So in the first part of June, just remember that, you know, there are certain things that, you know, you're going to be thinking about certain rules, and then you're going to be thinking that they're not fair. And this in itself, it's also going to start the process when it comes to you kind of like realizing exactly what was affecting your balance in your life. And this is going to be an imminent part of your journey as well, because it's going to open your eyes even further. And to have your eyes open even further at this moment in time, it's only going to be superb for you, very beneficial for you later on. The mid part of June, you know, you are gonna feel a little bit uncertain, but then again, at the same time, all you need to remember is you're choosing who you are, the one who's choosing who you will become. You're the one who's choosing who you're gonna become, not anyone else. You are the one who chooses who you're gonna become, when you're gonna become. Okay, very important indeed. Just remember this, that at around the mid-June, you're gonna choose who you're choosing, who are you going to become. Be very open-minded, be very optimistic. You know, keep your energy elevating, because that's our job. One of our jobs on this earth is to keep on our energy and vibration elevated, and that way we protect ourselves and we just keep going, you know. And even at the time when we don't think that we're gonna have energy, you just surprise yourself, wow, that was the time when I did the best, type of thing. So you see, it's all about our subconscious mind and how far are we keen to let our subconscious mind to take over. The last part of June, my gorgeous Leonis, is just so brilliant, like a big important the last 8 days of June specifically, it's all gonna be about, you're gonna feel so much like, oh my God, I want to move on, I absolutely had enough. And this is brilliant, because it's the time of the spiritual awakening, it's the time of the spiritual quest. You know, you are gonna choose here in the last 8 days of June, you know, very big life changes to make, and that in itself, it's really gonna show you the way what you need to do next. And it's all about like kind of changing the priorities. At the same time, over the last 11 days in June, there is going to be really curious, unusual, really weird and really bizarre dream that you are going to have. That dream, it's also going to be like a part of your grounding. It's going to on one hand help you to come home to yourself, but it's also going to help you to return to your own reality. You will know exactly which way to go, because at the same time, it's all about learning to create what you desire. Very important, my gorgeous Leonis, indeed. So now I'm just going to see what is going to happen to those of you who are actually, for those of you who are in relationship. I mean, this is brilliant, okay? You will both see when it comes to the actual relationship, you're going to need to come up with like a new plan, just a little bit of a new plan. There's a certain situation that you have both been facing. You've been working on something very intensely, but the plans were kind of slowed down so much. Something that you have been both working for became so complicated, but it's to do with your future, with what you both wanted to do really badly. So you must not let this to take better of both of you, because it's all about realizing that something is also going to take slightly longer, like a few more weeks longer than what would normally take. You have to kind of like really stay on the path, stay the course, my gorgeous Leonis, with your partner, because you are in for something really, really big. In fact, as soon as you realize what this is established, both of you, you will be able to make adjustment in terms of just a kind of 5 or 6 weeks later. So you're going to do this, but you don't let your dream go just because it's going to take 5 or 6 weeks longer than it would. You know, sometimes people do. If it's not meant to happen at that moment in time, it's going to happen. But this is pretty much so meant to happen, because I do see this, that this is going to lead towards a massive big change. This is all going to lead towards creating and making a massive change when it comes to your home, when it comes to your immediate environment, when it comes to one of the biggest adjustments ever. Okay, important indeed. And for those of you, my gorgeous Leonis, who are single and ready to stranger in the night, Leone in the morning, stranger in the night, Leone in the morning. My gorgeous Leonid, you know what? This is like someone is gonna cross your path this month indeed. Someone you're gonna come across who you have never seen before, and someone who's gonna come across, you're gonna feel this very strong attraction towards this person, but something is gonna be a little bit different about this person. It's to do with their either spiritual age, somebody who's like a very old spirit is going to cross your path, okay? Or it's going to be maybe physically, you know, their age is going to be maybe slightly older. So it's either older to what you are, for example. So it's going to be either like somebody who's physically slightly older, or it's going to be somebody who's like a very extremely old spirit, you know. That person is going to cross your path, and it's going to surprise you so much. And it's going to be like almost like an instant attraction that you're going to feel. You're not going to be able to explain it, but you will just want more. You will just want more, and you will just want more. And also on another hand, you know, that person is going to really kind of appear in your life at the time when you're focusing on a new plan, at the time when you're focusing on like a kind of like a new plan that gave you so much confidence, some kind of plan that you wanted to do previously, and you're going to be focusing on it so much, on a plan to do with something completely different. So this person is going to appear in your life when you least expected. And also it's someone kind of like a very kind of like older spirit, someone really wise, really incredible, really interesting, that you're going to learn from so much immediately. Their vibration and energy is going to match yours so perfectly. And also something very successful is going to be about that person, something very dominant but in a nice way, you know, and very successful as well, you know. And you're going to like this. There are going to be so many elements about that person that are going to really inspire you so much, and at the same time you are going to inspire that person as well. But you just have to give it the time, my gorgeous Leone, one step at a time. There is someone very interesting about to walk into your life, and once that happens, nothing is going to be the same ever again. Okay, my gorgeous Leone, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.